Hey everyone, Matt Fisher here. It is another gorgeous day in May. This goes out to my students, but it really applies to everyone. Here's my question to you. How do you measure physical activity? How do you know if you're more active on a Monday versus a Tuesday, or maybe a Wednesday? How do you track it? What if somebody went swimming for an hour, for somebody went jogging for 40 minutes? What if somebody sprinted for 20 minutes? Or someone did an hour of weightlifting? How do you measure physical activity? For many years, I couldn't do this. I didn't have a way to measure activity. I can measure distance, I could run around the track, but how do you measure how active you are per day? Because that's the secret. The more active you are, the more fat you can burn, the more food you can eat, the better it is for your heart. And if you can be active, you can solve a lot of problems and have a really healthy life. It was about last year, July, I finally got myself a Fitbit. And it was $30. I didn't think it was that big a deal until I actually started to use it, and I realized that while it's not perfect, it's an exceptional guide that lets you know how active you can be. After playing around with it, I realized there was a problem with my training. I would work out hard in the morning. I like getting up early and working out, whether it be the gym or the track or anything. But then the rest of the day, if I wasn't at work, I was around the house laying around. So even if I was active for an hour, hour and a half in the morning, over the course of the day, I really wasn't using that much energy. If you go running for an hour, then you watch Netflix for 6 hours, that's really not the best way to be a physically active person. So when I started actually tracking my activity each day, I realized, the exercise part of my day is great. I had to be more active throughout the day. And then I started to change things. Instead of watching Netflix for 6 hours and stay on the couch, do laps around my living room as I'm watching Netflix. Maybe instead of laps, every 20 minutes or so, I get up, start doing some jumping jacks and calisthenics just to increase my physical activity. Now, you may not think 5 minutes of jumping jacks is a big deal. You multiply the 5 minutes by 4 or 5, that's like a second workout. That's thousands of steps, hundreds of calories burned. And when I realized this, I realized I could have total mastery over my body. If I wanted to eat a lot in that day, say it's a Friday. For me, Friday is kind of a pizza day. I'm Italian, what can I say? That's okay. I'd make sure I was really active on that Friday. Do something in the morning, from around the house, do laps, just be active. And then Friday night, I can enjoy the pizza. Maybe some garlic knots, possibly even a cannoli. But then if I wanted to be healthy, I could still be really active, and I know I'd burn off everything I ate the night before. Or if there's a day, I'm just feeling beaten down, I'm tired, I have a lot of paperwork to do, so I'm maybe my computer typing lesson plans and stuff. I'm not going to be that active that day, so I better take my calories down. For people there who are struggling to lose weight and you're wondering what's the problem, maybe you're going to the gym at some part of the day, and that's great. But if you're not active the other parts of the day, that could be the problem. You're not burning enough calories. You're not active enough. See, as a kid, it's easy to be active. The kids at my school, when it's nice outside, you have the little recess in the morning. I see a lot of you guys playing soccer, which is awesome. You have physical education, so that's 40 minutes right there. Recess. Then after school, you guys can play and go on teams, all that stuff. In the adult world, it's very difficult. Most of us have responsibilities, aka a job. If we want to exercise, we have to find time outside of our responsibilities. It's not built into our day. And a lot of people, at least in America, they're not very active. And what's that leading to? Obesity. We think about the COVID-19 problem ravaging the country, and it's horrible. Obesity is worse. Obesity is affecting more people and is harming more people. People my age and younger having diabetes, heart problems, all of those problems, or a lot of them at least, you can trace back to obesity. So if you're physically active, you can avoid a lot of those things, be a much healthier life. Something like a Fitbit that tracks your activity level and it gives you a guide. It's not exact. Now, if one person walks 300 yards, one person runs 300 yards up a hill, the Fitbit kind of says the same thing when one person used way more energy than the other. So it's a guide, it's not exact, but it's a guide you can use. And you can monitor your activity levels. And if you're not getting enough levels, enough steps or whatever, you know you got to increase it. If you're not losing weight, that means you're still taking in more calories than you're burning. You got to flip that. You got to either drop the calories or increase the activity. Now, that's the secret. When you know how active you are, you can manipulate it to get results. If you want to lose a lot of fat quickly, you can bring the activity way up here. If you're more content with being moderate and you know your calories right here, just bring your activity up a little bit. And over time, the weight comes off. So my Fitbit's about $20, maybe $30. There's a lot better ones out there, but you don't need an expensive one. But this fitness tool has changed the way I think and has allowed me to monitor my progress and do pretty much whatever I want with my body, whether it be bulking, cutting, maintaining my weight, which in the fall, when a new school year starts, that's what I care about. I don't care about fitness that much. I care about my students, my new classes, making sure I'm the best teacher that I can be. So for you guys out there, especially young people, I encourage you, get a Fitbit, see how active you are. Even for the older people, see how active you are. Set a guide for yourself. And let's say you're only averaging 5,000 steps a day, try bump it up to 8,000. Then one day try bump to 10, 12, 13, 14. And the more active you are, the more progress you'll make and the healthier you'll be. Thank you. Have a nice day.